Welcome back to another episode of Cross Point Farm. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Yes, it has been that long since our last episode of Cross Point Farm. Today is October 26, 2009, day 1,505 days. Since our last filming, we have done quite a bit of work. We'll probably start off in the house. We're showing a picture of the barn. You can see our tractor, which may not have been ever in there in the most recent filmings, our little John Deere. But we're doing outside of the house, and then we'll move on along. So give me a second and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Probably the most noticeable and the biggest is the new addition that we've added. We've added a breezeway and a carriage house. Matter of fact, it's long enough that we kind of have a hard time getting the whole house in here. We got a car coming right here, so we'll be stopping in 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, you can see the carriage house, the house outside. Landscaping, not much has been done. It is obviously fall. We have resurfaced the driveway in a gravel-like material. That is very good. Keeps things dry. As mentioned, we have the carriage house. It's 2 stories. And the breezeway. We still have some work to do on that part. I've added in the lattice work on the front porch. And you can see all the lattice work there. That is in intricate pieces, all half cut so they fit together like a jigsaw puzzle and fit together. We've added railings. I'm not sure if that was on there or not the last time we had it, but we do have the nice railings there, made by Scott Tyndall. We've cleared out a lot of the woods over here, even though that was a bit of a controversy. Originally, the owner said, the landowners next to us said they owned over to that stone wall, and we thought we owned this one, so we weren't sure who owned this, but when I started clearing it, they came by to let me know that they definitely own all of this right up to our stone wall and prefer if I didn't clear it out. We did lose our big chestnut tree. That was ailing, and they recommended that we cut it down before she landed on the house. And due to the size of this, we kind of had to agree that it was not something we wanted to take a risk, although we did love the tree. But as mentioned, we were able to get the stone walls all the way rebuilt all the way down there. And most of their stone wall was being rebuilt, and then they changed their mind when they came in. They didn't want me even to continue that, so we stopped that. But I did get this area cleared out fairly good, so that we're having a little more airflow on this side of the house, a little less chance of mold and bugs, and it does give you a nice opening and seeing the old farm road. We have put in a full house generator. This is a beautiful thing to have around here, as we do seem to lose power. Last winter we lost power for 3 days straight, and it was below 0 at night. We really needed that. Not sure how far we can go before we run out of our battery. We may have to stop and start all over again. So we come around the back of the house. We have our patio completely finished. We've hung lights. Oh, and we've added a puppy. That is Cooper, looking out the window. Hello, Cooper. He's a little camera shy, apparently. The back of the house, and I'm proud to say that on October 6th of this year, 2009, I put the final piece of wood up on the house on the outside, and we are pretty much done with phase 1 and phase 2. I got a few little things I need to do. We've added a cupola, a little wine in honor of Patty and her friends. And of course the double French door on the back. Hopefully we will get a stone patio continued over through here, but at the moment funds will not permit it, so we will have to wait and see what we can do. Let's pause for a second as we go on inside to the carriage house. Here we are inside the carriage house. This is the garage section right there with our new truck in there. And we got a few shelves in, nothing too fancy yet. We do have a nice stairway which has been varnished. And it goes up to the 2nd floor, which we will go now. Wood in here for the winter. And here we are into the second floor of the carriage house. Some days this hopes to be Patty's crafts room. In the meantime, we still got to insulate it, finish it off. It has some interesting roof lines, and I did design this whole section of this house, the breezeway, the carriage house, all the roof lines, everything else. So that is my contribution to this, besides the obvious woodworking. We did hire out to have it framed, and they did put in these nice stairways for me, which saved me a lot of time, and they did a very good job with it. And into the main house. Here we are in the breezeway. It's not completely done, although waiting for a floor. We hope to put in this type of brick floor here, which will be kind of neat looking. It's old antique brick. I built in a closet and a bookcase, plus shelving up above. As mentioned, we have the French doors there. We will eventually have the oak steps going up once the floors are in. There's a French door right here, which then leads us into the music room. Music room, as we are followed by our dog now. Music room, we still hope to someday put on the second part of the bookcase right on this wall here. Into the hallway. This has all been done, completed. A little settee, which Cooper chewed, so we have to do some work on there. The lights, the doors. Into our kitchen. And this is completely finished, has been for a while. We have the stained glass up there. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's kind of neat. And the stove area with the tile in the back. Our little doggy. Dining room, we now have antique rugs in it, and we have added a built-in right here, as well as a corner unit right there. That was last November. We had it in time for Thanksgiving. Move into the hallway again, into the living room, which has now been made into a guest room for temporarily anyways. We have a couple of, let this focus, here we go. There's a couple of beds in here, along with the sewing machine and the fireplace, and of course our grandfather's clock. Stairway has all been finished since the last time we filmed. We've put in carpet, as well as refinished the entire banister area. This goes all the way up and around. And all the way up to the third floor, and that is completely sanded, stained, and 2 coats of varnish. We head into the master bedroom. This area is completely done. Fireplace, mantle, closet doors, all the trim work, all her shoes. Recently added a mirror. How much of that I can get, but that's a big mirror right there. You can see Cooper walking by in the reflection. You can see me. Hey, how you doing? As we move on up the stairway, these have all been painted, although still need carpeting. We come up in the third floor, and all the trim work is now done. We have a door built in there. There's no longer an opening. Trim work around the windows, all around all the bases, everything else. Window seats. Everything is completed.